Yeah, what do you want? Because I have my daughter right now. I have Tiffany over. Really don't want to talk. Can I just have a minute of your time? That's all. Yeah, I said, what is it? I got Charlotte a $1,000 gift card to Bye Bye Baby. The baby store, Bye Bye Baby? Yes, there's only one Bye Bye Baby. You can use it in store or you can use it online. $1,000 is a lot. You really did that? That is correct. It's $1,000. Spend it however you like, as I said. But also feel free to give it to Miranda if you don't want it. I'm giving it to you because you're my nephew, but it's also intended for her to use. I don't know how you guys can divvy it up between each other, but that's for you to decide. I don't really think that Miranda will accept it from you, but I will let her know. You really didn't have to go out of your way to do that. I thank you and appreciate it. You know her better than I do. All I can do is try to do nice things for my family, for your daughter. I'm not going to stop doing nice things. That money is going to come in handy. Charlotte does need a lot, so I thank you again. You didn't have to do it. Well, I'm glad it can be put to good use. There are plenty of needy people out there who are in a worse situation, and it's a blessing to be able to not only give you that abundance, but for you to receive it as well. I hope Charlotte enjoys everything that either you or Miranda buy for her. I'll come get the card from you someday during the week. I'm not gonna bring Charlotte over today because I have Tiffany here, but I'll get it from you at some point. Of course. No rush. No rush at all. The card is here. I love you, Brian. I love you too. Bye.
She's a bit of a know-it-all at times, but I think that Brian's correct when he says that she doesn't mean to be. I don't think she realizes when she's a bit overbearing. She's done nothing wrong to me. She's been very nice to my daughter. She treats Brian right. She doesn't get involved. There was an opportunity where things got a little tense and she could have popped off at the mouth, but she didn't. So there's no reason for me to dislike her. But I don't like her.
I did have a chance to meet Tiffany, and I do find it a little hard to understand why you would dislike her. Yes, she has a little bit of know-it-allism, and she talks very fast and is clearly passionate about her academics and her job, but outside of that, she seems like a genuinely nice and warm-hearted person.
Look, don't get me wrong, I don't hate her, but I think she does want to make an attempt to be friendly with me, given that Brian is Charlotte's dad, and I have to interact with him on occasion. So I guess she wants to do the opposite of what everyone else has done, which is be nice to me and be friendly, but I have zero interest. I don't want to be rude to her, but she's the type of person where she reaches out to you and you can't avoid it.
Can I say something just real quick?
You're gonna say that I'm the problem right now, right?
Just a little bit. Only because this is one of the first genuinely nice people to come into your life in a very long time, where her only fault is being a know-it-all, right? Someone who's overly passionate about things and talks a mile a minute. A little goody two-shoes, right? Out of all of the traits that you have encountered over the years on your internet show and just in life in general, from kidnapping children to lying about child support to hitting kids, she is an angel. And I don't mean to go against you, but
You do have a habit of finding flaws in people, and I've worked very hard to get to where I am. Professionally, personally, it wasn't easy for me to go against my mom in court and win. It wasn't easy for me to finally cut Joey off. And it's definitely not easy for me to raise 2 children. So, I just have a lot on my plate, and I'm not looking for new friends. But, the second that I don't engage with her, it comes off as me being a bitch. And I'm not trying to be that way with her, but at the same time, I don't have time to socialize. I don't want to. I don't like her. I don't know. Now, I only say this as your best friend, someone who feels as though he can kind of push the boundaries in asking you questions. And my next question would be, do you feel threatened by her somewhat? Threatened in what way? I have nothing to be threatened about. She's not even a mom. And that's the thing. When I spoke to her, she did have a lot of good information, even though I'm not a parent. She comes to you with a plethora of childhood education gems, and she loves her job. So maybe does it bother you that she has that knowledge and this background and this great job? You're not used to people like that. Everyone else, I'm not calling them stupid, but Melissa did not have a career or passions or hobbies or anything like that. You're not used to going against people who may be on your level. Does it bother me when she comes to me with facts about children and how to engage with them and parent them when she doesn't have a child? Absolutely. Because it's easy to say do it this way, but it's a whole nother thing to be a parent 24/7 and have to take that. It's very hard to explain. It's just, I know that being a parent is a 24-hour thing, and sitting down and asking Junior how he feels rather than, can you just stop doing that for a second? I can't take all her advice. And it upsets me that she expects me to. Does that make sense? I get all that. But then you told me that you wanted to throw up when you saw her holding Charlotte in that social media post. Why does it bother you when she's around your daughter? I don't know why seeing that photo of her holding Charlotte bothered me. Because she's never hurt me. She's not a villain in my life. I have zero reason to hold contempt when I see that photo. But it bothered me. I feel like she doesn't deserve to hold her. I don't know why. Well, let's not forget that you just went through a kidnapping. So maybe anyone holding Charlotte. Yeah, I guess. But she works with children. I shouldn't have a mistrust there. I guess I'm jealous in a way. You aren't really a jealous person though, so you really think that could be it? Yeah, I am jealous because, just like Joey, he did leave, and it was hard for me, and now he's so happy, and I'm not happy, and I know that's my problem, but still. Alright, so we have dinner covered for the wedding. We have the cocktail hour covered. We have desserts covered. It's all squared away. We have to talk about drinks. Okay, what about drinks? I thought drinks were pretty straightforward. We could stick to just wine, or we could reduce it to no alcohol whatsoever and just focus on the food and the music. For the type of venue that we're in, we don't necessarily need alcohol, and you would be saving a lot of money. I didn't really think that this was a question. There's definitely got to be alcohol at my wedding. I don't want it to be a dry wedding. Alright, so in what form of alcohol are you talking about? Are we talking about wine, or are we talking about beer? Everything? I don't just want there to be one beverage. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to cross different types of alcohol off the list. I just want there to be whatever anyone wants. To control the atmosphere a little bit better, right? And to save money. Not that money's an issue, but to control the environment more. That's what I'm more concerned with. Why not have a minimum or leave the bar open for people to pay for the alcohol? I'm sensing that you have a desire to have like no alcohol there, or for whatever reason. Can I ask what the reason is that you don't want there to be spirits at my wedding? All right. Frankly, it's only and only because of Joey. I don't want him around alcohol. He's been doing so good with his sobriety. But Joey already told me, personally, to my face, he made an event of it, that he is not coming to my wedding. So, no one else has a drinking problem there, Mom. I think my fiance's family would love to have a drink at the wedding. I'm gonna get him to come to your wedding. I don't care. He's going to his sister's wedding. He's not missing this out because of Miranda. I'm not having that. Look, I am grateful for what Miranda has done in terms of allowing me to see my grandson. But you know my history with her. You know, underneath the surface, I don't like her. So, she's ruined a lot of things in my family. I don't want her ruining your wedding in terms of preventing your brother from being there. I want to have pictures where it's me, you, Joey, family. Okay, one other thing I think that you should scrap are kids. I know it's late notice and we have, 8 days left? I don't know. But I think that we should... Look, Miranda's maid of honor. She's not going to want Charlotte and Junior there. And I know Joey has an issue with seeing Junior. It's going to make him emotional. He's not going to want to come if Junior's there. So let's scrap kids. Kids, it's kind of late in the game to tell people they can't bring their children. Think of the babysitter issue there, and Chelsea's family has a lot of little ones. Okay, kids cost more. And think of the venue size. We're not small in a restaurant. We're not in a grand wedding venue. We're in the in-between. We want to reduce people and have people who matter, but we don't want a bunch of screaming kids running around. Plus, like I said, Miranda's maid of honor. She's not going to want to watch Charlotte and Junior. I just think it would be a lot easier without kids and simplify things. Plus, Joey, can we just think of him a little bit? Hey, Mom, I love the help, and I love that we're having the experience of planning a wedding for me together. This is what I dreamed of as a little girl until I no longer wanted to have a wedding. But this is a lot of demands to come to Chelsea overnight with. Alcohol and barring children is a big change to the wedding agenda. So if you're her, how would you take this, Well, you don't have to spring all of these demands on her like that. Just go about it in a civil manner. You're way better at talking to people than I am. Obviously, don't say that it's coming from me, because I know how daughter-in-laws can be when they hear something is coming from them. A mother-in-law could say there is a volcano erupting down the block, everyone needs to leave, and a daughter-in-law would have an issue and feel like she's being bossed around. So don't say mother-in-law, just, ease into it. Right.
This is probably the first day where you haven't called me a million times to check on Charlotte. I'm surprised.
I know a lot of people don't think that I make progress, but I think I might be getting better with people around my daughter.
How are you doing? Everything okay?
I'm doing good. It's not easy to be away from Charlotte, but this is one of my better days. I went to go see Victor, so.
Is it true that And it's none of my business. You don't have to answer the question. But is it true that you and Joey are like permanently done now? Like he's really not going to be around. Charlotte, Junior, no one. You really got rid of him.
Yes, he is out of my life. I gave him his bracelet back, and we are no longer in communication. I know it's wrong, but I told him he could no longer see his son either, so he agreed to all of it.
Did he hurt you in any way or something, or do something for...
No, he didn't do anything. He was perfect to me. He was really doing his best and really changing. It's all on me, but I don't really want to go into that with you.
Alright, I was just asking because I care. I really called because I wanted to let you know that my uncle, Jonathan, the one you don't want around Charlotte, he got Charlotte a $1,000 gift card to Bye Bye Baby.
Oh, wow. It's pretty impressive. That's very nice. Cool.
He also said that you could have it if you want. And if you do want it, I'd be okay to give it to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's awesome. There's not many people that would give me that much money for my daughter. But I don't think I would like to take that from him. So if you want to use it for Charlotte, go right ahead.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I figured you wouldn't want it. But do you see the nice gesture on his end? And why I'm trying my best to forgive my family and move on to better pastures?
Yeah, and it's really refreshing and really inspiring to see you so forgiving and so positive. And same thing with Joey. Seeing people change is awesome. But I don't really have any interest in, again, being around your family. I'm sorry.
So even though he took out $1,000 of his own money, got a gift card for our daughter, you still feel some type of way towards him?
No, I don't trust him. I'm sorry, and I don't forgive the things that he said about me and my daughter. It's one thing to say things about me. I'm perfectly fine with that, but when you bring my kids into it, I have a very hard time. Maybe call it petty, but I have a hard time letting go.
You know, Miranda, we all say things that we regret. And you know how these old school personalities are. Everyone in our life, they come from a different background and different... My family is very religious, and
I just don't understand how you can be so forgiving of him after the stuff that he put you through, the stuff that he withheld about me while you were in the military. You know, like he lied to you. He's lied to you plenty of times. I had amnesia. I was on my deathbed, and they did not tell you. That's beyond just saying nasty things. Those are nasty actions that are unforgivable in my book.
because Miranda, I'm not trying to argue with you either. I'm not trying to argue with anyone. I just have a daughter in my life, and I want to raise her in a world where our families don't hate one another, where we're not constantly snipping at each other and bringing hostility everywhere we go. I'm really trying my best to practice forgiveness and love everybody. I just want you to do the same. That's good. That's what's best for our children. How else is my family supposed to display that they've changed? And frankly, you gave Joey a million chances. You gave your mother-in-law a million chances. Even your sister had said some pretty nasty things. But then when it comes to my family, who you don't even know, you're not willing to give them anything. And I'm sorry, but who else is giving Charlotte $1,000 like that on a whim?
Look, there are some things that I can refute and argue all day with people, and it's not going to change what you think, or it's not going to win an argument, so I'm not going to waste my breath.
I still haven't seen one photo of the hat that Tiffany made Junior. I haven't even seen him wear it. It's like all these people trying to help you, and you're You're mean to everybody, it feels.
I didn't get around to putting it on him. I'm sorry. What is the big deal with this hat? Why are you fixated on that?
It's one thing. I understand that you hate my family because of what they said to you, and they said some nasty things to you. I get it, but I've been raised on forgiveness. I'm sorry. But my girlfriend, she's been nothing but gold to you. And she's really been trying to make an effort, reaching out to you on social media, making a hat for your son that's not even mine. You're so cold to her, and I don't get it. We're all adults, so we really gonna act this petty?
I'm cold and rude to her because what? I didn't put a hat on my son that she crocheted? I'm sorry. Me and Junior have not really gotten out much lately. I'm not at the water parks, theme parks or whatever, enjoying my life with him. I've been cooped up because frankly I'm scared to take my daughter anywhere. Sorry that I'm not taking winter wonderland photos with your hat. And I have not been rude to her in any other way.
Well, when you met her the other day, you were very rude. You were very antagonistic. I'm not making that up.
I'm not engaging in this. I'm done. I don't want to talk about this. Ken, I'm not going to win this argument. It's just another person trying to put me down about things. I'm done.
All right, so we won't talk about it. That's fine. I have nothing left to say.